Hello, 6 o'clock. Here are your headlines. And a man is arrested outside Buckingham Palace just hours before hundreds of troops take part in a rehearsal for the King's coronation.
Nurses' unions warn their dispute is far from over despite having a 5% pay increase imposed by the government.
Looking after the interests of a loved one when they can no longer do it for themselves. We're going to be looking at the difficulties of getting power of attorney for families living with dementia.
In sport this morning, still gunning for the title, how Arsenal are back on top in the title race for now, piling more misery on London rivals Chelsea.
And it may be a chilly start to the day for some of you, but a fine day ahead for the vast majority. Bit of rain in northern Scotland later.
Have a look at this morning's newspapers, shall we? Lots of the front pages covering the arrest of a man outside Buckingham Palace last night.
Yeah, the Mirror here reporting that an area around the Queen Victoria Monument, that's the area right in front of the palace, had to be evacuated during the incident so that police could carry out a controlled explosion.
The Guardian leads with a story about new anti-protest laws, which the paper says have been rushed in ahead of the coronation. It adds that from today, protesters who block roads, airports or railways could be imprisoned for 12 months.
The Times this morning says that the government is planning to introduce a ban on unsolicited calls for all financial products. We're going to look at this a bit later. It's reporting that the measure is intended to protect older people in particular from the most common scams. We know from our inbox that lots of you have experienced this kind of attempted scam over the last few weeks.
And the most read story on the BBC News website this morning features the video of Wrexham's owners Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney enjoying victory celebrations last night.
Wasn't it brilliant?
It was amazing.
Streamed live on the iPlayer, the whole thing, and I got quite transfixed by it. Yeah, it was brilliant. You could watch the whole thing, just watching a bus going through Wrexham. But
Did you wish you were there?
The crowds and the smiles, it was amazing. Absolutely amazing, yeah.
Through this morning's papers for you. And, well, the Mail leads on the controlled explosion at Buckingham Palace after a man threw shotgun cartridges over the palace gates just days before the coronation. On the same story, The Sun reports that the man was seen in the area on previous days shouting, "I'm going to kill the king." Well, the Mirror says security forces are now on high alert ahead of one of the biggest operations in 70 years. Well, more on the coronation, and The Guardian reports that new anti-protest laws will be rushed through in time for Saturday. Tory anger over Sue Gray's refusal to take part in an inquiry looking into her dealings with the Labour Party. That's with the Eye. The Telegraph reports the Home Secretary will announce that spies will be brought in to track down tech scammers. Cold calling for financial products could be banned under new government plans, according to The Times. And the Metro leads with Lucy Letby, the nurse accused of killing 7 babies, giving evidence in court for the first time. And if you want to see any of those front pages again or read the stories, scan the QR code on the screen.